Resident Evil 6.
Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, introducing you to my Resident Evil 6 professional difficulty video walkthrough. This is Leon Kennedy's campaign, this is chapter 2, and this is the 4th section. So what happens on this particular sequence of events is you're supposed to use this console to open all the doors, kill the zombies, get all the goodies. I tried doing that, but every time I did it, I ended up getting caught by one of the zombies, and it just ended up, you know, being really messy. So I thought, fuck it, I'll skip all that trash, I'll go directly through the door, and that's exactly what I do with these first two areas. I don't fight anything I don't have to, I just simply use the console to open the specific door that you're actually supposed to go through. And the completionists out there will probably have a difficult time comprehending this, but I know I have enough ammo right now and I have enough skills as far as my ability to deal with zombies that I don't need what's in those rooms. And as far as healing items go, healing items haven't really been relevant on professional difficulty for a long time on Resident Evil, because you get downed in one touch and then you get revived, and as long as you can get yourself out of that red state with one or two of those tic tacs, you're perfectly fine, because having 2 cubes of life is the exact same as having full life. And that right there is bullshit. I knew that guy was going to jump up. I tried to back up in the corridor, but because the animations on this game are so heavy, there was no way I could turn in time, and he grabbed me. He didn't even get a chance to do anything because she knocked him off that fast, and I still lost a cube of life because, you know, this game makes no sense. But I'm not going to blame it for that, because that was in the other games as well. And that is pretty much a Resident Evil trope that should have really been fixed, but never was. But keep on moving through these areas. There's not all that much to do or to see, because she's just going to be looking for her sister, so you're just going to be pushing onwards until you hit the next bout of exposition, which, you know, it's not the most interesting, but you do get to see Ada's tits, which is definitely a pro, because they're perky. But keep on pushing forward, doing the standard Resident Evil fare. Like, one thing I have noticed as well playing through and recording this guide, the first aid sprays are almost completely pointless, and I would actually say save all the healing items you have for a boss fight. And the reason I'm saying this is when you hit a checkpoint and you reload a checkpoint after dying, or just reload it for the sake of it, the game fully heals you. So you never really need to use healing items if you play this difficulty properly. And by the time you do hit a boss where, you know, shit hits the fan, you then will have healing items and first aid sprays to use on a legitimately annoying / challenging encounter. And I really do think that people will benefit from that little tactic, because I didn't realise how effective it was until I stopped using healing items. And I was lucky that I clicked onto it pretty quickly, and when I do Chris's and Jake's campaigns, which I don't really know how difficult they are because I've barely played them, I'm hoping that's going to help me for some of the longer boss fights, because one thing Capcom just doesn't know how to do is boss fights sometimes. Like, some of them are awesome, other times you're just like, what the fuck is this? It's very strange. But that moment right there is me reloading all my guns. That is a habit you need to get into, because if you don't, you're going to get caught out. And I actually have a funny video of me in a minecart going up where I get caught out with reloading and the game punishes me, as it should. So just be aware, and, you know, if anybody gets up off a gurney, drop kick them in the face 70 times to kill them, because this is fun. But there's a lot of shells in this area, which is awesome, because the shotgun, even though it is kind of annoying that it doesn't stun them as reliably as it used to, it's still an extremely useful weapon. And what we're doing now is we're pretty much getting back the ammo we wasted on that stupid fucking boss from the end of the last level. That guy's going to get up, so watch out for him. Be ever so careful going close to these people laid down, because the grab animation they do is merciless. Like, you will be nowhere near them and they'll teleport to you, and immediately you're downed and you've wasted, you know, potentially a life, because you are just as likely to die when you have 1 cube as you are when you have full cubes, because the game is just blatantly blunt at times. It's, you know, it's not very fun. Say what you want about the series, but there is a definite lack of fun. And it's funny when I say things like that, because people seem to think I have a vendetta against this game. And I don't have a vendetta against any game, guys. I've just got a vendetta against lazy game making. That's it. Like, everything I find wrong with this game has absolutely nothing to do with the fact it's a Resident Evil. It's got nothing to do with its legacy. It's got nothing to do with nostalgia. It's got to do with bad game. That's it. Mechanics that are bad or broken. That is my problem. And a lot of people are seeing past this, because you can do that if you like a game enough. It's just like when you listen to a band's new album and the first two plays, you just don't really get it. Everybody else around you is telling you how awesome it is, and you're just kind of thinking, I don't know, it don't sound that good to me. And when you listen to it enough, it just suddenly starts to click. And it's like anything else. You know, somebody tells you you're stupid enough, you're going to start thinking you're stupid. And before we know it, we're all going to be clinically retarded. It's just that simple. But this section here can be a little bit hairy. Not because it has an overabundance of hair, just because it's pretty bullshit with what's happening. So if you're with a human partner, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of zombies on this section. It just seems pretty standard, pretty, you know, Resident Evil fare. But with the AI, I noticed I was getting crowded by zombies all the time, and I wasn't entirely sure why. So the most effective route through this area is literally to rush it. Rush to the levers, pull the levers, ignore the zombies. I get a little bit carried away killing zombies because, you know, you're supposed to do it. It's kind of the game. And everybody that says, you know, it's not a survival horror game anymore, it's an action game, well, it's not a very good action game, because action games are supposed to be fun and satisfying, and a lot of the time, this game just leaves you feeling as if somebody's, you know, stolen your wallet. It's a hooker of a game. It just comes, you know, you get your service, and then it doesn't even kiss you on the lips. But knock the zombies over, get back to this area, go through the underground area. Any zombies that have a weapon, when you do the quick shot and then you attack them, you will do an execution move. I wish it was guaranteed on every enemy, but it's not, because I wasn't on the dev team and nobody tested this game. But not too sure what I'm doing here. I think I'm just trying to pick up a bunch of stuff before we progress forward. So yeah, down on this section is where the switches have been having an effect. They've been lowering these platforms, and on these platforms there's a lot of zombies. And I'm going to make a mistake later on in this video where I should have just carried on and progressed forward and, you know, skipped a whole bunch of unnecessary fights. But I don't do that. I end up encountering them and attacking them and all that good stuff. And this moment here, you have to go and give Helen, I think her name is, a leg up so that she can go and press the next lever. Because she's the AI, she doesn't die, she doesn't need help. She's actually pretty good on her own. The only problem is, she takes a bloody time. So you're waiting for her to do something, and she's, you know, she's admiring the scenery, so to speak. So just be aware that you can be waiting on her incompetence, and she does have to deal with one of the skinless zombies who, for all intents and purposes, is a massive wanker, but he is, you know, he's manageable at best. But there's the leg up, and when you do give her a leg up and she goes over there, a couple of zombies will spawn near you. They'll climb out of the vents and things. Just be aware of them. There is an electricity box just next to me there, which I could have used to fry a lot of the zombies, but I didn't. And I must not have seen it at the time. And it looks like I'm going tap happy here, like Lord of the Dance on that dude. But there's the skinless guy attacking Helena. That's her name, Helena, I believe. That shows how much I pay attention to this game, because I've just got to this point where I just couldn't care. This is such a difficult guide for me to record because of how much I don't enjoy playing it. And a lot of people are probably just going to say, then why do you do it? Why not just stop? And my mentality is literally, sometimes to get where you want to be in life, you've got to do things you don't want to do. And this is just, you know, part of that. And a good way to help her is to shoot that box when it regenerates so you can electrocute the skinless dude. The funny thing about doing it is it electrocutes her as well. So if she's been frustrating you, or if you've just got a thing against women, you can, you know, you can take advantage of that. But that right there is a glowing representation of how the zombies can move during the cutscenes, which is criminal of Capcom to do that. And I'm actually going the wrong way here because there was far too many zombies on that platform, so I'm trying to lead them away. And what ends up happening is I have a massive horde following me up these stairs, and I use one of those sticky bombs, those planted grenade things. I'm not too sure what they're called. Remote bombs, I think is their name. And it does work really well, but I could have avoided all this if I'd have just probably ran through them and just carried on with the level. But I didn't do that, so, you know, in retrospect, we learned things we didn't see originally. But, yep, lure them into the bomb. Make sure you get maximum damage from your munitions, because those bombs are very rare and they're extremely useful. But now that that's done, we can go down the path that they just were. We can press the lever, run past a couple of zombies, or shoot the zombies. Either way, it all works. Stamp on his groin. Groin stomp. Ooh, she's a bit close. Yeah, very interesting this game when you get to those moments where you can't run through an opening because a zombie's blocking your way thanks to the joy of clipping. But pick up all the stuff that's been dropped, check the area for any more supplies, and then get the hell out of there. But a little bit of information on the side about this game. A bunch of people have hacked into the files to see that Capcom has once again put on-disc DLC, and I do believe because of all the bad press that they had over that first incident that they've agreed to give this away for free. And it makes me wonder, would it be free if they'd not been caught? Because I personally don't think it would have been. Because, you know, Capcom at this moment in time would sell fucking snow to Eskimos. They don't give a shit. They really don't. This section here as well, guys, if you run past all these zombies and you do the team door, you know, open input over there on that wall, you can skip this entire fight. I don't do it and I end up getting myself in a rough spot, but to save yourself some ammo and some time, I would definitely implore you to do it, because there's just no point doing what I'm doing here. And right now is an example of the stamina regain that you get when you lay down. So one of my subscribers commented that, and it's extremely useful. Couple of things to bear in mind though: if you don't want to bother laying down, just pop a healing tablet, pop one of those mints. It will fully fill up your stamina and whatever life it gives you, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm in a really big spot of bother here, so just completely skip it. It's unnecessary. And that's a screamer or a shrieker, and I can't get away from his death shriek because he's too close, so this happens. Yep, gotta hate it, but at least it kills the zombies around him, so it is actually really useful. But as I was saying, there's also going to be another difficulty added to the game called No Mercy Mode, and nobody knows what it is yet except for a more difficult version of the game. And truth be told, I don't exactly know what that's going to be, but you can guarantee I'm not going to make any videos with it, because if I'm completely honest, I don't think I'll ever play this game again once I'm done with the guide. It's not a good game for me. But thanks for watching, and you take care now.